Right now, your right hand knows a secret you don't. Look at it. That hand has met thousands of strangers, gripped them, shaken them, let go. And every single time, without you noticing, it did something far stranger than say hello. It took a sample. Then it carried that sample straight up to your face. You've done it your whole life. Your parents did it. So did a caveman standing at the edge of the firelight. One of Og's own great however many greats grandfathers, sizing up a stranger the only way he knew how. So why do humans still grab a stranger's hand and shake it? The answer is older than words, and your nose is in on it. This is the strangest thing your body still does. Explained. Here's the thing about a handshake. It's ancient, and nobody fully agrees on why we started doing it. Og has to be honest. The oldest guess is also the best story. You reach out your right hand, your strong hand, your weapon hand, and you hold it open, empty. No rock, no blade. Look, I come in peace. The other guy does the same. Two open hands, locked together, each one too busy holding the other to reach for a weapon. Trust in a single grip. Now scroll back about 3,000 years. Someone carved the first handshake we know of into a slab of stone. Two kings, clasping hands to seal a deal. Not a signed contract, not a treaty on paper. The hand was the contract. A grip meant more than a signature ever could, because you couldn't fake a grip. The Greeks loved the gesture so much they carved it onto their gravestones. Picture that for a second. A stone marking the dead, and on it, the dead person shaking hands with the living. One last grip. Goodbye. So that's the story we tell ourselves. Handshake means peace. Handshake means trust. Handshake means deal. Good story. It's just not the whole story, because none of it explains the weird part. The part from the hook. The part where your hand drifts up toward your face a few seconds after you let go, and you never once catch yourself doing it. Watch people at a party sometime. Two strangers meet. They shake. They start talking. And within a minute, one of them has a hand near their nose, rubbing their chin, fixing their glasses, covering a polite little cough. Every one of those is the same move. A hand, the hand they just shook with, quietly visiting the face. You do it too, constantly. Humans keep a hand up near their nose about a fifth of the time they're awake. A fifth. And you never once notice. For most of human history, nobody did ask. The handshake got studied as history, as etiquette, as body language. The confident grip, the limp fish, the power move. All of it about the squeeze. Nobody thought to follow the hand after the squeeze. It took a guy with a hidden camera to finally catch us in the act. There's a scientist in Israel named Noam Sobel, and his entire job is studying how humans smell. One day he had a hunch about you, about what your hand does in the 2 seconds after you shake someone else's. His hunch sounded insane. He thought that when we shake hands, we might be secretly smelling each other. Sit with that, because every other animal you've ever watched greet another animal does it with its nose. Dogs sniff, cats sniff. Your ancestor, at the edge of that firelight, absolutely sniffed. It's how mammals ask the only questions that ever mattered. Are you healthy? Are you scared? Are you kin? Are you a threat? The nose answers before the brain even forms the words. Somewhere along the way, humans decided that openly sniffing a stranger was rude. So Sobel wondered the obvious next thing. Did we actually stop? Or did we just find a sneakier way to do the exact same thing? So one of his researchers, a man named Aiden Fruman, built a room. Hidden cameras in every corner. He brought people in one at a time, hundreds of them, and greeted each one. Half the time he shook their hand. Half the time he didn't. Then he just watched what they did next. Here's what the cameras caught. When Fruman shook someone's hand, that person spent the next couple of minutes bringing their own hand up to their nose, more than twice as often as the people he never touched. And it was the same hand every time. The shaking hand, up to the face, again and again. And not one of them knew they were doing it. To rule out plain old scratching, the team ran it again, this time with tiny tubes in, people's noses, measuring the air going in. Sure enough. When the shaken hand came up, the airflow spiked. They weren't scratching. They were pulling a breath in through that hand, reading it. Then came the strangest twist of all. Shake hands with someone the same sex as you, and you sniff your own shaking hand. Shake hands with the opposite sex, and you sniff the other hand instead. Your body runs a different smell test depending on who's standing in front of you, and nobody ever taught it to do that. Oh, and the smell is real. When the team checked the gloves people had shaken, a single handshake had transferred the very same chemicals dogs and rats sniff off each other. So here's what's really happening when you shake a stranger's hand. You don't shake hands to say hello. You shake hands to take a sample. Picture the last hand you shook. A job interview, a first date, meeting the parents. You walked away replaying every word you said, and never once noticed your own hand drifting up toward your face, quietly running the one test your words couldn't. That wasn't nerves. That was 10,000 generations of instinct, still clocked in for the shift. Your great-great-great-grandmother read strangers by smell to stay alive. Downwind, careful, nose first. She passed it down, and it slipped right past the part of you that talks and hid in the part of you that just reaches for your face. You inherited a lie detector and a health scanner, folded into a gesture you think means nice to meet you. You just can't feel it running, which, when you think about it, is exactly the point. So look at your right hand one more time. It isn't just a hand, it's the oldest tool you own. Before you could write, before you could count, before your kind could even talk. This is how a human figured out who to trust. A grip and a breath. 40,000 years later, you're still running the exact same test on the barista, the boss, the stranger at your door. Same hand, same secret, same nose leaning quietly in. We never stopped sniffing each other. We just learned to hide it in a handshake, and you'll do it again this week. Grip, release, and a few seconds later, a hand near your face, reading a stranger you already walked away from. 10,000 years of practice. You won't feel a thing. This has been a caveman explaining why your nose is a liar and your hand is a spy. Please do not sue Og. Next hand you shake, catch yourself, then tell Og exactly where that hand went. Og's collecting.